All right, let's talk about something that might be silently killing your service business. And no, it's not some new competitor or a shaky economy. It's actually the sound of your phone ringing and then going to voicemail. We're going to dive into why that silence is costing you way more than you think.
Just take a second. What if you never, ever missed another customer call? Imagine it. Every single lead, every person with a quick question, every urgent request, all of them get an immediate, helpful answer. Now, for most of us running a business, that sounds like a complete fantasy, right? But what if it didn't have to be?
Because the reality is, right now, a staggering 30% of all business calls just go unanswered. Think about that for a second. That means for every 10 people trying to give you money, 3 of them are just hitting a wall of silence. That's 3 potential sales, 3 new customers, 3 opportunities just gone. This isn't some tiny drip. It's a massive hole in your bucket.
And yeah, that hole has a price tag. For a lot of businesses, we're talking at least $15,000 a year. And that's not just some number on a spreadsheet, right? That's real money. That's a new piece of gear you could have bought, a marketing campaign you could have run, or a nice bonus for your team, just vanishing into thin air, all because someone couldn't get to the phone in time.
Okay, and this is where that leak turns into an absolute flood. Because those customers, they don't just hang up and wait. No, they immediately pick up the phone and call your competitor. Almost half of them, 45%, are gone for good. Not because you're bad at what you do, but just because you weren't there to answer. So they're not just a lost lead anymore. They're your competitor's brand new customer.
So, okay, it's pretty clear that even a few missed calls are a huge deal. But the damage, it really doesn't stop there. The true cost goes way, way beyond that initial lost sale. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the hidden expenses that are probably chipping away at your business every single day.
And wow, this is where the sheer scale of the problem just smacks you in the face. We're not talking about that $15,000 anymore. When you really add it all up, you could be looking at over $65,000 in lost revenue, over 500 missed opportunities, and a 25% customer churn rate. This isn't just a small headache, you know? It's like a financial crisis playing out in slow motion.
And this is the chaos that follows. Your staff is totally overwhelmed. They're scrambling to be in 2 places at once. Your operational costs are way too high. Simple things like booking an appointment turn into a mess of mistakes. And of course, the second you close up for the night, your business just goes dark, missing every single person who tries to call after hours. It's just this vicious cycle of frustration for everyone, your team and your customers.
Okay, but what if you could just break that cycle? What if you could hire the absolute perfect employee? You know, one who never gets stressed out, never messes up a booking, and get this, never takes a day off. Well, let's talk about the solution.
So let me introduce you to your new AI teammate. The concept is actually really simple, but the impact is revolutionary. It's an intelligent assistant that is always on, 24/7, 365. Its entire job is to be your ultimate safety net, making sure that no matter when a customer calls, whether it's 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning, that call gets answered, and that customer gets helped.
So how does it pull this off? Well, first, it guarantees you capture 100% of your calls. No more, sorry we missed you. It has a smart booking system that gets rid of all those little human errors that creep in with manual scheduling. It actually has intelligent, natural conversations with people. We're not talking about some clunky robotic script here. It integrates instantly with the tools you're already using. It even qualifies your leads for you, so your team only talks to the people who are ready to buy. And to top it all off, it sends out smart follow-ups to make sure people actually show up. See? Every single feature is a direct fix for the problems we've been talking about.
Now that all sounds great on paper, but what does it actually feel like for a customer? You know, on the other end of the line. Let's actually walk through a real-world example so you can see just how smooth this whole thing is. Okay, so just picture this. A new patient calls your clinic, they've got some back pain. Instantly, and I mean instantly, the AI answers with a warm, professional greeting. It doesn't put them on hold. It starts a conversation. It asks smart questions about their injury, their insurance, their availability. Then, in just a few seconds, it scans your team's schedule and finds the perfect slot with the right specialist. The patient just says yes, and boom, the appointment is booked, a confirmation text goes out right away, and all the intake forms are automatically emailed over. The whole thing is just flawless. And it took 0 time from your actual staff.
You know, an experience that smooth is going to have a massive impact, right? So let's shift gears from how it works to how much of a difference it makes. Because when you stop plugging those leaks and really streamline things, the numbers don't just get a little bit better, they completely transform. And the results are just staggering.
On average, businesses see a 40% surge in their bookings. At the same time, their reception-related costs get slashed by a whopping 90%. And your availability? It goes from a standard 9 to 5 to 100%, 24/7. I mean, it's the dream, right? More money coming in for way, way less cost.
But this, right here, this is the most important number on the screen. The old way of doing things. When you add up salaries and all that lost revenue, it's like having a $68,000 hole in your budget every year. With the AI, the entire thing flips on its head. It becomes a $98,000 net benefit. You're not just stopping a loss, you're turning a huge cost into a powerful profit machine.
And all of that leads to this absolutely mind-blowing number, a return on investment of 1,633%. And no, that is not a typo. The system is so crazy efficient at capturing new business that it literally pays for itself in just 2 months. Every single month after that, that's just pure profit fueling your growth.
Look, numbers on a screen are one thing, but the real proof? That comes from other business owners just like you who've already made this change. So let's hear what they have to say.
So, take Sarah from the Mitchell Wellness Center. She literally calls it a game changer. Her bookings shot up by 45%, and just as important, her staff was finally free from being chained to the phone. They could actually focus on the customers right there in front of them. It's a total win-win.
Then there's James. For him, the big aha moment was finally capturing all those valuable calls that came in after the clinic closed. He knew he was missing them, he just didn't know what to do about it. And the best part for him? He saw the return on his investment within the first month, insanely fast.
And this quote from Emily, this might be the most important one, because it tackles that one big worry everyone has about AI, right? The robot voice? She says her customers often don't even realize they're speaking with an AI. It's that natural. That right there just completely gets rid of any fear you might have about a clunky or frustrating experience for your customers.
So, these stories aren't just one-offs. They're backed by the data from all our clients. We're talking a 98% client satisfaction rate, which is just incredible. The system is up and running 99.9% of the time, so you can count on it. And the average setup time? Just 48 hours. So this isn't some massive, complicated IT project. It's fast, it's simple, and it starts working for you pretty much right away.
And probably the best part of all is that you can try this out for yourself with absolutely zero risk. There's a 3-day free trial, there are no setup fees at all, and you can cancel anytime. It's a totally no-pressure way to see these results in your own business before you commit to anything.
So let's end this right back where we started, with a question. Now that you've seen the hidden costs, the power of this solution, and the proof from real business owners, I just want you to think about it. What would a 1,633% ROI really mean for your business? What could you do with that? What new doors would that open?